Many of us marking St. Valentine's Day can think back fondly to the first time we ever met our partners. Perhaps it was a glance across a crowded room or a chance meeting at a party. But these days, it's just as likely to start with an email. Newsday's Corey O'Kelly now with a story of love on the internet.
For Lorianne Zacher of Toronto, it started as a chance meeting on a web page about the United Church almost 2 years ago. Meet Tony Koppel of Ottawa, the webmaster.
After about a couple of months, I got an email from Lorianne, who'd found my site helpful. From one initial email message, it went to literally hundreds. I would reply, she would reply maybe 3 messages to one of my replies, picking up on several points.
Lorianne in Toronto and Tony in Ottawa found a compelling compatibility as the months and emails whizzed by.
Well, it's just the way he communicated. He came across as warm and friendly and caring. And women find that attractive.
We found we had a huge number of interests in common. Certainly music, certainly church, Christianity, but other things as well. And we just hit it off intellectually, I think, mainly. It's sort of a meeting of the minds.
So came the inevitable invitation.
And the first time I was going to see her was when she was going to arrive on my doorstep that morning. So I had no idea what she looked like. I hadn't seen a picture. I had an idea in my mind what she might look like, but in fact, reality was totally different. What I saw that morning was this gorgeous smile standing at me on my doorstep.
When I stood on her front doorstep, I was really nervous. And I remember thinking, oh, what gorgeous blue eyes.
It was a good weekend.
After I came back to Toronto, then Tony calls me and says, I love you. And I surprised him back by saying the same thing.
I don't think you can aim to do it. I think if it's going to happen, it's going to be just something that happens. It's meant to be. We certainly, I don't think, had any idea that we were looking for one another.
But look what happens when your mouse does the talking. 8 months ago, Lorianne and Tony tied their internet knot. Naturally, the event rated its own webpage. Today at their home in Canada, there are 2 computers under one roof. Tony, an investment counselor, and Lorianne, a Christian counselor. She's also an accomplished artist and has started her own small art gallery. The relationship is also a work in progress, but both say they've never been happier.
Strangely, there's something about the anonymity of writing instead of speaking to somebody face-to-face that it can actually increase the intimacy, and that some people feel a little bit safer with that space and that anonymity, and they'll risk to tell the other person a bit more than they would if they actually saw them face-to-face.
Ottawa psychologist Francine McGuinness thinks the internet is a terrific way to meet. She actually formed an online love relationship. Now, she cautions that while the net is a great way to break the ice, people should get face-to-face early in the relationship.
You really need to see how genuine that person is when they're speaking to you, and you have all of the cues available to you, such as how they make eye contact with you, and, whether or not they interact with other people the way they say that they would, or whether or not they do the things that they say that they do. And I think only when you've had a chance to observe all of that can you say that, okay, now I can form a love relationship.
Not only love, but a very high quality of love, and a very deep love.
Corey O'Kelly, CBC News, Canada.